What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday, another Summit Coffee Club. We're very excited for today. I'm a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure, like millions of others, I tried to watch the Netflix live boxing event yesterday, which was Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. It reminded me of probably most performance marketing agencies out there. A lot of hype, a lot of build up. It even seemed good at the beginning when some of those other fights were on, but then it just completely confused you, let you down a little bit, and you got a little scared. And that the emotions are very, very similar. I'm not going to name any names, but that's what it reminded me of. But I think it goes to show how important and how good of a marketer Jake Paul and his team is. So I thought I'd bring that up right away because I'm sure some people they have hangovers today, whether they drank or not. If they watched it, they have some sort of hangover. Um, but we tried. We tried to watch it. It was one we finished, and it was. I think it worked out how it should have worked out for Mike Tyson. I think that it didn't work out how it was supposed to work out for Jake Paul. He seemed frustrated. But it was very interesting to watch. It was very interesting to see the marketing leading up. I think that we should be doing case studies on this, on the marketing and the build up and the tactics they used at the beginning in the months leading up to it. But it was very sad. It was very sad. Anyways, I wanted to get that out because I was going to be like shaking the whole time wanting to talk about it. But really quickly, we had our very first mastermind in our Summit Chasers community yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday. Went absolutely amazing. Great feedback from that. And we were able to help a lot of people with their businesses understand kind of what some next steps that they can take, overcome some challenges as they came out of the 5-day strategy core challenge. They're having some challenges executing and getting on the right path. So we're very excited to be able to have helped them. So if you could, or if you wanted to join, you can get Adrena. Adrena is my link person because I'm never prepared with the link. She was just about to take a sip of coffee. She's pissed at me right now. She's going to throw the link to the Summit Chasers community in there in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or if you're on LinkedIn. She'll throw the link in there for you. You can get join up with the Summit Chasers community. You'll get access to weekly case studies, networking with like-minded business owners who are just trying to be great, trying to grow their business, and trying to get ahead. But I'm going to bring up, I think it's Chrissy. I'm going to bring up Chrissy right now because she's wearing a hat. Which hat are you wearing right now?
Dude, I'm wearing the Summit Chasers hat, but like I'm so into it. I love it so much. And it also looks like it's sitting on my head weird, and I can't tell if it's the way I bent the brim or the way the angle of my camera is or what's happening. But I do love this hat so much.
I do because that's my other. I have that hat.
Tell which way to put my face.
It looks so good. I know. I love that hat.
I love this hat.
We look good. We got some other. Well, we haven't decided which ones we're gonna. It's gonna be a little bit before we put them in a store and that kind of stuff. But we're very excited how this stuff can look on clothing and on hats and that kind of stuff. It's nice. Did you get a chance? Did you watch the I don't even know what I want to call it. The show.
The shit show. I watched it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and what was the roller coaster that you were on?
First of all, I couldn't even believe this was happening in the first place. I think the whole thing's such a disaster. I'm like, I really am like the way they're trying to make Jake Paul like this hero who like has overcome all this adversity in his life. I just can't get behind that story because I think the whole thing is
crazy,
an absolute disaster. It said it all when they were like, his fight outfit is the most expensive fight outfit of all time. And like his rollout in the car and then like his entrance into the ring was absurd. I don't even know why. Like, I thought that was also kind of shady that he chose like the Phil Collins song. Like, wasn't that?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was really shitty of him. He just like really just, Zach, you really shouldn't even have asked this question because
no, this is why we're here.
So much emotion about this. Okay, Thursday night we went out to a dinner and everyone was like, Jake Paul's going to destroy Mike Tyson. And we're like, you guys, this is insanity. Number one, like Mike Tyson is not washed up. Like he's 57 and like has destroyed every single like fighter pretty much all the time. Like, it's just, why is he doing this to Mike Tyson? Like, why is he antagonizing him? And also, like, let that guy live. Like, let that guy have his legacy and his life and just his career and like be done, right? Jake Paul, you can go fight people your own age if you really are like that big of a gangster. But no, he's got to like the whole showmanship of it. I'm just so disgusted with him on so many levels. And then they bring Mike Tyson out in the ring and he just like walks out in like a cut off like t-shirt and just walks out by himself like silent. I'm like, this is exactly right. Like, so crazy. Now I feel terrible about how this all ended because I really don't think Jake Paul should have like won this fight, but Mike Tyson, I was like, I don't even know why he's signing up to do this. Like, why is he taking part in this whole thing? I don't know.
I mean, I think it has something to do with $20 million. I think it might have something to do with that. But I think that he genuinely wanted the challenge. I think he might have watched that Rocky. I think it's Rocky 6. When Rocky was old and came back and fought the champion. I think he watched that and he was like,
anything you want to bank on, that's a 6. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the 6th thing of the series. Just like, no. That at that point, it's jump the shark. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't start at like imitating life. It does not imitate art at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy.
No. It's I'm gonna get another opinion here because I know that how into it these other 3 individuals are. So I'm bringing up the team here. We got 5 of us today. So we got Adrina, Chantal, and Paco. Unfortunately, I should have announced at the beginning, Lucy's not going to be able to make it today. She woke up in the middle of the night sick. Hopefully she gets better. We'll have her on another time for sure. But we got plenty of heads, brains here to break this down. But I'm going to start with Chantal because your hubby was watching this apparently too.
Yeah, I was texting Audrina and because I was like, is this on in your household? I was here for the outfits, for the entrances. And that was about my level of investment. It is brutal for me to watch. So I had to bow out before the big fight because I just couldn't do it.
I should have. we all should have. Go ahead.
I literally said to Zach, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, this is such a publicity stunt. I don't know if I even want to partake in this entire situation. And then we were watching the undercards. 2 of those fights were incredible. The Barrios and then the girls were incredible. Serrano got robbed. Anywho, the Mike Tyson fight, after it finished, I was like, I could have lived my entire life never experiencing that. And I would have been absolutely fine. Like, I wish I would have gone to bed 2 hours ago. My life would have been so much better for it.
Paco has thoughts.
I want to know what Paco's going to be very analytical about this and like, but Paco, go ahead, let it out, man.
Well, 3 things. Number 1, this was a very good humbling call for Netflix because they totally screwed up a live stream when they claimed to have the best servers and everything else in the world. So I love it that they got a big wake-up call. And also not only to them, to a lot of tech companies and a lot of people, they think they're here. Very good, tech humbling experience for everybody. So that's awesome. Number 2, well, not for us, not for them. So probably a few people got fired. Number 2, humans, we love gossip, number 1, and we love hope, number 2. When you get gossip plus hope, I'm going to make up a word, gope, with hope. That's what happened yesterday. So, I'll be totally honest, brutally honest. I was there just for the gossip. And I also had hope that Mike Tyson could kick that other individual and just, blast him to oblivion. But in reality, when you really do a reality check, it's too much of an age difference. Now, Mike is a freaking beast anyways, right? That dude is just like this. But, you could see him on, I think, even on the 2nd or 3rd round, he was done. Like, it was so evident that Jake literally just said, okay, let's just, because he was not going to knock him out. But it was just very ridiculous. But, the analogy I use is whenever you see any artist going back either on new movies or from retirement or concerts or any of those things, it's always the same thing. I'm sorry for the romantics out there. It's not for the fans. It's for money. And I can guarantee to you that Mr. Tyson is going to pay some debt and he's going to be happier with $20 million in the bank. I don't think that's any problem.
I think it's fine. He'll open another business and he'll be fine.
Yeah, greatest marketing. I mean, absolute greatest marketing. I think a lot of us think this Paul guy is just whatever, but it's part of his marketing persona. So think about it. I was even thinking of that guy today in the morning. I was like, oh my God, I wish there's this other young guy that really puts him on his. So he creates this emotion-based marketing to be controversial. That's genius. I hate that, but that's genius because I fell into his trap. So.
Yeah. No matter what, you want to know what happened. Sorry, go ahead, Chantal.
No. I'm going to take this a different direction. So you finish your thought.
Oh no, I was going to say no matter what, to finish Baco's point, no matter what, people want to watch him fight again, whether they hate him, whether they like let's say Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson who was 22 showed up yesterday and they went 8 rounds and Jake got bullied but he survived, and then they're like, okay, maybe he's legit, or he knocks out Mike Tyson right away, and then everybody absolutely hates him and they want to see somebody kill him. They're going to show up. They're going to show up. The only way to defeat somebody like that is just to not show up. But unfortunately, that's not the way our psyche works. Like you said, we want to watch the car accident.
It would have been so great if if Mike Tyson announced his new business on his naked butt cheeks as he walks away from that interview at the end.
That was
so logos,
Was it Mark? Was it intentional?
I don't
Probably.
know.
I mean, he used to do shit like that all the time.
Oh, really?
All the time. That was his. Yeah. Chantal, you had a thought. What's going on?
That was it. I was just going to ask if that was intentional or not.
Oh, she wanted to know about the butt cheeks. Yeah, it for sure. And the way Netflix even they pan down to it.
Yep.
Like that. It was ridiculous. But anyways, I think it should be studied for marketing purposes, and that's it. But that women's fight was incredible. Was absolutely incredible. Her eye. That I thought that if that was in New York, if that was in New York State Athletic Commission, that would have been
Game over.
Game over. It was flopping down. Usually whenever there's a risk of it being pulled down into the eyelid, they stop it immediately. But there was do you want to keep fighting? She's a warrior. She was like, yeah. And I'm all right. Give her.
I had my eyes closed.
Respect. High degree of respect.
Crazy. Even her and whoever was in her corner did a terrible job. She was in the corner getting it fixed up, and he was like, "That looks terrible. That looks awful." It's
stop talking.
Doctor, you stop talking. You don't want her to be thinking about that. You could tell that she was thinking about it when she got headbutted a million times too. It's so important to keep if they want to keep fighting and the doctor's going to let them keep fighting, they have to be in that mindset of that thing's not there. Just keep going, right? So it was, but for her to then fight through that, there's a lot as a fighter that people don't see or hear, and that goes through your head in the corner. She fought through a lot more than just a headbutts and a bad cut. She had a terrible corner person. That ref was brutal. There was a lot, but that was when I saw that those two are the ones fighting, because that was a rematch, and their first fight was not quite as crazy as that, but it was like Rock'em Sock'em Fembutts. It was insane. And this one lived up to that.
The previous guys too.
That was a great fight as well. Borges and Ramos. Yeah.
I mean, there was blood everywhere. I mean, those two really went at each other. Yeah. I don't agree 100% with the judges or anything like that.
The judges were terrible.
Story. But it's just for the marketing. But those two really kicked their own.
They could have stopped there.
Yeah,
they could have stopped there. They could have headlined it, and then everyone would have been better off, much better off. But anyways, we have a bit of a game today, so we're gonna speaking of marketing, speaking of language, speaking of messaging, speaking of the way that we talk, that sometimes doesn't make any sense. We're gonna test y'all. I'm gonna test y'all on your knowledge. This is gonna be on something that I think that you all should know. I think it should be common knowledge, which is different slang terms from the 20s, 30s, and 40s.
The 1920, the 1920s.
Yeah.
1920, 1930, 1940s. So different
I was
slang terms.
really hoping that you were going to bring like skibbity and no cap into this conversation. That's what I was hoping for.
Everybody would have known what those mean. That would have been so easy.
I don't think
But
so.
my point is that there has been these slang terms throughout all of time. And honestly, the ones from the 20s, 30s, and 40s sound way cooler than Riz and no cap and that ridiculousness.
I'm
Also,
excited, and I want to see if we can maybe bring them back.
I don't know about that, but there's a lot of references to like gangsters and dead bodies back then in slang terms.
Okay.
I don't know. We're trying to bring the world together. Okay.
You never know. If we could bring Mike Tyson and Jake Paul back together, nothing is off the table. Do you know what I'm saying?
They should go into business together.
Oh, they are.
And not in their
They're already in business.
Well, they're in business together because of the fight, but I mean, like long term, like find a product and sell it. Like, I think that
they're gonna podcast the hell out of it, and they're gonna go everywhere. And trust me, they're gonna do all sorts of post marketing. This is genius marketing.
You know what I hope they do is they get on a podcast eventually, and they're like, "We got them, all these 20 million losers that tuned in and stayed up till 10:30 at night when they have a podcast this morning."
I was reading a thread on LinkedIn this morning around the fight, and people were like, "This is why I'm worried about humanity. Like the fact that we all bought into this, and we're all guilty except for Chantal. She made the smart decision here. Like we're all guilty."
I was saying this is like a couple years ago during Shark Week. Like Discovery did all of this marketing that Michael Phelps was going to race a shark and they were going to see like who's faster. And I was so into it. I made my friends go out to a bar. We had like a viewing party. I was like, this is insanity. Like, how are they going to pull this off? It was a side-by-side on the TV of Michael Phelps in an Olympic pool and a shark in a tank, like in the ocean swimming. And they just like put like a speedometer on the shark. And I was just like, what a disaster. The whole thing was like 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And all they did was hype it up for like 3 weeks. And I was just like, oh.
I mean, that's kind of similar.
It's the same thing. It's the same
thing. They hype it up so much, like maybe he has a chance against a shark.
We go back to gossip and hope.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes,
go. Well, that's probably the best like side-by-side analogy. I love that. All right. So slang. Anybody who brings up Mike Tyson, Jake Paul again gets a fine of I have no idea. I'm gonna blank your screen for 10 seconds. I'm just kidding. All right. So, do you speak the language? So the first, I'm gonna bring up it's a phrase. It's not only just a word. There's phrases or words, and then it's gonna be multiple choice. Whereas my 10th grade chemistry teacher used to say multiple choice. And then you're going to pick the right one, and then we're going to keep score. Whoever has the most right at the end gets a prize.
What's the prize?
I have to make it up. Why'd you ask that? I have to make it up. Okay. I have time. Okay. All right. So the first one is, oh, wait, we got to remove that one, is ducky. What does ducky mean? And I believe this one was from the 20s. So what does ducky mean? Charming or delightful? Okay or fine, a small child, something or someone wonderful.
Where's our A, B, C, or D?
Oh,
not that kind of.
We're adults. We don't. You can just pick one.
Okay.
I vote for charming.
Yeah, I was leaning charming.
Also thinks charming or delightful.
I'm gonna say okay or fine.
What are you thinking, Chrissy?
Something or someone wonderful.
Something. So I would like to know why those were your choices. What about ducky screams charming or delightful?
Well, that's not my answer. Go ahead, Paco.
Because when you hear British people speak, it's like, oh, it's ducky or something. So it sounds very.
I was so thinking of it in my head too. Like, how would it work in a sentence? And it just made sense. I have
That
no
was
other
incredible.
explanation.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mexican
Paco.
British accent. Don't you love it?
I've never heard somebody with a Spanish accent try to do a British accent.
Yeah, I love it. Yes, it's
That
good.
was so good.
That was amazing. Oh God, I'm crying. All right, Adrena, what yours was something or someone wonderful? Why?
No, I did okay or fine.
Oh, why? Yeah, why?
Like that's ducky. I don't know. I just feel like it could work like that.
Because it feels good in a sentence. It's like use it in a
Yeah,
sentence.
I
It
like
makes
it.
sense here. Yeah.
Yep.
Chris,
We
what
all
was
have
yours?
similar reasoning so far. Just how does it feel good?
Yeah. Sounds good in a sentence. I'd use it in a sentence that way. All right, you ready? Charming or delightful? Who had that one?
1 point
That
for
was-
us,
that was you
Paco.
There we go. Chrissy, what was yours?
Something wonderful, but also this knight on a white horse is everything. Like,
You know, good old Canva.
Are we talking like Prince Charming here?
The little Chris.
That's I typed in
The little
charming and that's what came up.
prince?
That was what came up. Ducky. That's just you're so ducky. Like it's hard. Like you're being so ducky. That's hard. Like in today's world,
So
that's kind of
ducky.
hard.
That's funny.
Anyways, that's ducky for it. I believe that was from the 1920s. Some of them I labeled, some of them I didn't. I was watching them fights at the same time as I was doing this. But what does cactus mean? This is from the 30s. What does cactus mean?
Are these real things, or are you like? Is this just made up?
No, these are real. No, I'm serious. These are real slang terms
Okay.
from 20s, 30s, 40s. Is
Okay.
cactus a despicable person, dead or finished? Hence, again, there's a lot of like mob stuff those days. A cool person, often a jazz enthusiast, or a mad cat. I will say there is one multiple choice answer that I make up in every. I do make up one answer in
I was
every.
just thinking if Zach is making up a cool person, often a jazz enthusiast, I'm like, it's just so extra. Like,
I vote for that one, though. I vote for that one. He got me.
A cool
I'm
person.
going-
often- Go ahead.
I think it's
Dead
dead
or
or
finished.
Person.
Yeah,
Dead or finished?
So June's dead or finished. Chrissy, what's yours?
dead or finished.
Chantal.
I'm gonna go with a despicable person.
That makes. I mean, they're thorny. They're you know, like you don't want to.
Prickly.
Yeah.
Right. I like that. Okay.
Whether or not there's that much logic actually in the slang. But that's
You
me.
know,
Not usually.
that's
Going by
something that
today's day.
yeah. There's Riz. What is that? You know what I mean? All right. It is dead or finished
Ew.
from the 30s.
Go.
Dead or finished. Beautiful.
Let's go,
How about this?
Christy.
I imagine it's like because they're like this.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
When they have like the little cut, like when they do the white lines around the bodies, and then they
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like a cactus on the floor. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. Next up, what does all wet mean? All wet. Completely wrong. Annoyed or angry. Neat and stylish in dress and appearance. Cool or stylish.
Part of me wants to go cool or stylish just because like people use drip these days.
I was thinking the same thing,
Oh.
Yeah.
but I think it's neat and stylish in dress and appearance is also drip, Adrena. Do you know what I mean?
Probably, yeah. Oh, it's one of the my vote is one of the stylish ones. I don't know which one. though.
You gotta pick. So one is just in like dress and appearance, and then cool or stylish is like in persona, character. You got swag, you know.
Mm.
Mm,
I'm gonna go with annoyed or angry.
You're going the
Mostly
opposite.
because I'm-
You're going the opposite.
I vote for that one too.
all wet. I mean, that makes sense too. I'm just
Maybe
thinking
we're-
about today's. I'm gonna
We
go
are all wet and all completely wrong.
and completely wrong.
All right.
Uh,
What is
neat
all
and
wet?
stylish.
mean? Completely wrong.
Oh shit.
I don't think anybody got that one. Did Paco did?
No,
Oh, you
No.
didn't? Oh,
I did the other one.
you're all wet. That event was all wet. They shouldn't have done it. It was all wet.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing this back.
You're
I
bringing
actually
this
don't
one-
mind this one.
Never
That was all wet. Yeah, this one's not bad. I believe that all wet was from the 30s. No, 40s.
Paco,
30s or 40s. I can't remember which one, but
This
it
is
wasn't the 20s.
Paco, this is like foo bar.
Chrissy and I have a fun thing going on with all of these military terms because I didn't grow up, of course, with any military terms. They just crack me up. They're so fun.
Yeah, some of them for sure. All right, this one's interesting. What does sacco mean? What does sacco mean? Does it mean nonsense, impressive or powerful when you wear your dirty socks from the day before, illicit liquor? Never tell which one I made up.
Yeah.
He's so sucko.
Nonsense, impressive or powerful, dirty socks, illicit liquor. Sorry, go ahead. Who was that?
No, I was just thinking, I think my brain wants to connect it to the liquor because I think sake when I hear sacco, but I don't feel like that's actually good logic.
Could be just me
I'm gonna
trying
go
to
with
figure
I
it
was
out.
on the. Those were the two that I was torn between. Was nonsense and liquor.
Yeah, make a
Nonsense.
choice.
Nonsense.
I vote for nonsense too. Yeah.
Nonsense. What do you got, Chrissy?
I'm gonna go impressive or powerful because no one's picked that one, and I just
You want to be the outlier. I like it. My favorite thing is when I was picking these is like trying to use them in a sentence, and some of them are just like it doesn't flow. You know, impressive or powerful. Most of you got that one right.
Huh.
Now this one,
Wrong.
the aura that Sacco gives off his word is not impressive or powerful.
No.
Like if I was like Sacco or Paco,
Yeah,
Paco, you're so
that's what I was. That's what I was. I was like,
you're so
sucko.
Sacco, man, you're Sacco today. That'll be like your like other persona, like Sacco today.
That's my alter ego.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're always impressive or powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sometimes it's more so, you know. I like it. But some of these, use them in a sentence. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. What does mall? What does that word mean?
What is that?
Mole. Not mole. It was mole. It might be mole or mall. I don't know.
My guess is
Mole.
mall. Like, about Molly, like the name
Mole.
Molly.
Yeah, but you guys watch that guy on YouTube where he's like teaching English. He's like, "What does through mean?"
Yes.
Or how do you pronounce through? It's like, no, this is thought. So
Those are
funny.
so
Anyway,
good.
a small rodent that lives under the mall, extremely drunk, an FBI agent, a gangster's girlfriend.
I'm going gangsters friend.
Oh, I feel like Audrina, your comment definitely swayed me towards that. Molly. Oh.
No, I'm gonna go to extremely drunk.
I'm gonna do FBI agent.
Christy's like, whatever anybody doesn't pick, that's the one.
Yeah.
So we got two that are extremely, or a gangster's girlfriend. What were you, Chantal?
I'm gonna go with
Your
that one too.
Your gangster's girlfriend, and then Paco's extremely drunk. Why is nobody picking the rodent under the mall? It doesn't. It's a gangster's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Gangster's
My
girlfriend.
mall.
That's it. What's up, mall? Like again, it's just not. It's hard. It's hard to use it. That's her mole. Or that's his mole.
Well,
Mall.
it's like the WAGs actually stands for girlfriends, but like I think of like how they use WAGs as a term for wives and girlfriends of athletes, basically. Just
Well,
Mm.
like you know how like gangsters have wives and then they have girlfriends. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like I think.
Oh, I see.
Thing.
Okay, so it's like mistress.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Works for mistress. Gotcha. All right, how many did we get right? I wish I would have picked more. I didn't think we were going to get through it that quickly, but
I got two.
You got two? Good. All right, Adrena got two. That's very honest of you. Paco?
One, I think.
All right, I like it. All right, so far we got Adrena in the lead. Chantal?
To be honest, I wasn't keeping track.
I think
like,
we should just pick the same as Adrena.
yeah, basically.
Chrissy, what did you get?
I didn't know we were counting. I just said it.
She's just here for a good. I'm just going to put GT for good time.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
A for effort.
I'm just here for a ducky coffee club, you know.
Exactly.
Charming and
Yeah. I love it. We got Adrena and Chantal. They tied it 2. You win some shop floor coffee. Adrena, you're already here. And Chantal, some shop floor
Let's go.
coffee.
Yes.
Well, they actually have great coffee. I don't know if you saw them. Who's typing? Who's
Me? Oh God.
We're live, Adrena. No stampedes when we're live. Goodness gracious. Their coffee, I'm not going to act surprised, but their coffee is very good, and they support a lot of like manufacturing, and they support the manufacturing industry and a lot of manufacturing and distribution companies. I love companies that support the trades as well. They need a lot of support. They keep the world going around, and they do a lot of that, and they make amazing coffee. So we're going to be sending Chantal some shop floor coffee. How's that for making something up on the fly? I love it. I'm going to go through. I'm not going to share my screen because I have 3 gajillion tabs open, but I have a list of a lot of slang these are from the 20s. So this is when like Bee's Knees came out, which is like an outstanding. They do about that one. Blotto. What do you think blotto means?
Incredibly drunk.
Yeah, extremely drunk. There we go.
That's still in rotation in my world.
That's what?
That word's still in rotation in my world. We use that all the
time. Still around. Just some of these were very like New York, Brooklyn sounding.
Yeah.
Oh, the 20s is when Cat's Meow came up. Mm-hmm. So that's fun. Something splendid or stylish, like that's the Cat's Meow.
You're the Cat's Meow.
You're the Cat's Meow. Dapper was in the 20s.
I love the name. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat and stylish in dress and appearance. Doll,
yeah,
an attractive woman. Ducky, charming or delightful. Gams,
legs.
Gam, yep, legs, especially a woman's legs.
Christy, I'm impressed.
You're like, you've got like some secret slang knowledge.
For what?
Look, pop culture from like she start in the 1800s, and she's still knows what's up. Like, oh, they used to dress like that all the time in 1812. Heebie-jeebies came out in the 20s. That sounds like a very 20s thing.
Mm-hmm.
The feeling of anxiety or fear. Hooch.
Is how many of these have like
stayed? Yeah.
Yeah. Chantal, you like this one? Jake. That means okay or fine. That one.
Jack. It's Jack. It was a good try. It was a good try.
It was.
J-A-K-E.
I'm
Jake.
Jake.
Your man is Jack.
This is Jake.
Oh, right. Well, you know what? It was close. I thought you were talking about the slang word. I was like, no, I'm reading it right now.
We got a new name.
Jack. Right. Yeah.
What does it mean though?
Pardon me?
What does it mean though?
Means okay or fine.
Okay.
That one doesn't make it. Doesn't like some of the like, they don't
Mike
make sense.
Tyson is Jake.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Jake. Yeah. Everything's going to be Jake like that.
Everything's going to be Jake. It's so weird.
Yeah. Petting party.
I
didn't read that one.
HR.
It's exactly what that one is. Probably the most appropriate to what it actually means. A social gathering for kissing and light making out. That is so 20s. Like 100 years later, it's evolved exactly how I would have thought it would have. Scram. That was in the 20s. Speakeasy. We love speakeasies. That's an illicit bar and nightclub selling alcohol beverages during Prohibition. And whoopee came in the 20s. Whoopee came in the 20s.
That's also dirty.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Having a good time or to celebrate boisterously. Boisterously is up for interpretation. I get it. All right.
Hey, Zach, I have a nomination. We have to invite Tom, our British friend, to one of this. I think we would have a lot of fun telling our interesting words to get his counterpoints. You know.
That would be fun.
For sure. Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, they would have completely different slang. Yeah, for sure. We'll get him on. And it'd be good timing for him because it would be like
not 1 a.m. So that's good.
Yeah,
not 1 a.m. Yeah, it'll be fine. The 30s is boring. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going through it. Like G-Man, that's the FBI agent. Dish, actually, Dish is kind of fun. Like Dish, like you You're Adrena, you're a dish, which is an attractive woman.
Oh.
Hard boiled.
Hard-boiled.
Yeah, you were walking to very dangerous territory there, man.
Wow. What kind of
This is
dangerous
so much
territory?
fun. I'm so sorry. I've got a dash for
Bye, Chantal.
No, you're okay. Thank you for
See you
thank you for
next
being
time.
here.
Thank you.
Moxie. I like Moxie. What is Moxie? What do you guys think?
Like-
Moxie?
Like gall.
Yeah, he's got Moxie. That guy's got Moxie. Yeah, courage or nerve. And there's Patsy. I
Nerve.
love Patsy. Patsy's a great word. A scapegoat or
What's
someone
Patsy
who's
mean?
easily duped. A scapegoat or
Oh.
someone who's easily duped.
Patsy, yeah.
And then the Sacco, that Sacco came out in the 30s. That's a great one. Impressive or
Bizarre.
powerful. That's a weird one. I know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Okay, the evolution. I'm seeing the evolution here because Ritzy came in the 30s, and it's elegant or fancy.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
could see how that would evolve over 90 years into Riz.
No,
Yeah.
Riz has to
Riz
do
is
with
charm.
charisma.
Charisma.
His charisma.
I know. But see, in the
Oh, okay.
30s, like elegant or fancy, right? So I could see how that would elegant or fancy would morph into. It has a few different directions, but I can see why it morphed in the direction that it did. Yeg, I thought that was a little bit newer. But Yeg, what do you guys think Yeg means? YEGG? That would have been my guess.
Trendy.
I guess.
Trendy.
No, you're not. You guys. I don't think you're. It's a safe cracker or a burglar. Like that's how often people rob banks back then. Is they had their own slang
Safe
term.
burglar. Oh my god.
I love it. Was there anything that surprised you? Anything that surprised you?
All of them. All of them.
All of them surprised you.
My favorite one is all wet, though. I feel
Mhm.
like that, like you said, Chris,
Yeah.
like that one could come back. I like that.
Yeah, there is a lot that has stuck around.
Yeah.
Like if I go, because I pulled some from like all the way to the 70s, or sorry, to the 60s, the 2000s. I saw it went all the way to the list I pulled
See
was all
the
the way from.
decline in class and elegance. I would
Yeah,
imagine.
it like went like you could see like the mob era, and then
Mhm.
going down to like now it's like, well, the 2000s was fun, like Home Skillet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but the 50s I think is really like, because I think our parents grew up with some of that slang, so we got to hear a lot of it,
Mhm.
like in the 50s, 60s, 70s sort of thing. Like ankle biter, like a small child, like that one stuck around. Cruising for a bruising, we've all heard that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
All heard that before. Decked out,
Yeah.
like we still use that one. That's
Oh,
from the
still used. Yeah.
50s. Yeah. Knuckle sandwich, that one.
You're gonna get your knuckles.
Yeah.
But that's so funny. Like I guess maybe boxing became more mainstream after the 30s, right? Do you know what I mean? Like people came back, and
Yeah.
then like professional
Mhm.
sports kind of started. So it was like culturally, that's like what was going on in the 20s. Who were the I guess it was the movie stars, right? Like the Greta
Yeah.
Garbo and all that other stuff. So it's like that is what pop culture was, and then we moved into athletics, and then it became way more physical.
Yeah. After World War I, like there was the Roaring 20s, it was called that for a reason. Like there was a lot of like culture really started to shift, like fashion and like you said, like movies became like moving pictures became a thing, and it changed a lot. Like it's funny if you compare, like we think that the world's moving so fast right now, and it is, like technology moves so fast, but if you go back through time, like 100 plus years, like there's huge advancements that completely change the landscape of how we operate as human beings. There's like huge shifts.
Okay, wait.
Go ahead.
I have 2 comments. Paco just sent us a list of slang words from Shakespeare, and hands down, my favorite on this is hugger mugger.
What did you just say?
Hugger mugger. It's a secretive or underhanded manner And I love that. You're such a hugger mugger.
Yeah, there's quite a few of those that are not PG-13. So we were not.
Yeah.
I asked AI to tell me the top 15 slang words from Shakespeare, and you got me on a rabbit hole there, man. This is gonna.
We're gonna lose Baco. We're gonna lose Baco down at slang. Like, some slang from Shakespeare. I love that. That's funny. But yeah, the 50s seem to be where a lot like pad, like you want to come over to my pad, like that was in the 50s, like someone's house or apartment. Necking. I mean, you know, that's
that's the evolution of petting party.
That's yeah, exactly. Actually, no, it'd be necking mixed with backseat bingo.
Oh my god!
Oh,
making out in a car, and I'm sure that the list was a PG-13 version of some of these. So you do what you want with that. Dig, like I dig it. I understand or appreciate something. Like all that came in the 50s. In the 60s. The 60s we got weird. Like Bogart, hug something. That came out. Bread that's like money. Far out, amazing or cool. Fuzz, that's for the fuzz. Watch out for the fuzz. Groovy, hang loose. Like now you can see a lot of these like more popular slang go into more like pop culture in the 60s. Like hippie, jazz, lay it on me, mellow, out of sight. Like that's like far out. That's funny how that evolved. Like went from far out to out of sight. It's like it's so far I can't even see it anymore. It's out of sight. That's great. But yeah,
I'm sorry, Zach. I swear this is the last thing I do today, but I'm gonna. So please. I also AI slang words from ancient Greece.
You're like way too hard. We're gonna go through all the civilizations. We're gonna see Paco again. His beard's gonna be all grown out, and he's like, "ChatGPT slang from the Roman Empire,
from the cavemen."
Yeah.
It's funny. You have to look at it. It's very funny. It's weird but funny. Yep, we're humans. We're crazy humans, and we've always been, and we'll always be. You know.
I kind of want to know what slang was like in like Egypt. You know,
Paco,
this is getting too,
Paco, go get it.
This is getting out of control.
Paco.
Out of control. I would want to know if there's any civilization that or time period in any civilization that didn't have slang. Like
I don't know that would be possible because just the way that we communicate would naturally.
It's just dialect, right?
It's just a different type of dialect, but it's interesting because.
Oh my god, Paco, ancient Greece is just all about one thing. That's it.
Yep.
What is it?
We don't need to talk about it here.
Oh well, I'm not afraid to say things. All right, I'm gonna go.
Everyone can go do their own research.
Yeah, I see HRS right now. HRS.
You got anybody can I don't even know. Kordax, a body dance, referring to something risque or improper.
I would just say ancient Greek were like so much slang was about the gods. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
the power of masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. a lot of moxie, potentially very stocko, I would say. You know?
Moros, that is a fool or idiot. So that's like where moron came from.
Yep. Moros. Yep.
What did you guys search? I'm not seeing much.
I used Grok, the AI ChatGPT for
ancient Greeks.
Yeah, that would make sense. That's funny. I don't think we're gonna be able to bring any of these back.
I feel like if I were to spend a day with you, I would just be laughing all freaking day.
Oh yeah, ask Crazy. We've got some.
Paco and I've had days where we just laugh all days, and then we've had days where it's like if we don't laugh, we'll cry days. Do you know what I mean? You know?
So it became a defense mechanism, and then it just became a thing.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's there in text. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach, don't.
Don't.
Hop into a rabbit
I'm not gonna. Okay, what is
Adrina,
this?
shut his camera off. Shut his
I know,
camera
right?
off. Black ass.
Remove him from stage.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna, guys. Jesus, you have no faith.
Yeah,
It's
this
not faith.
is where like gossip and hope just fall to pieces. We're like, oh my
Literally.
God. Yeah.
Remember,
Everyone
we
watching
still
it has gossip and hope on
I
their
think-
minds, and we're like
I
just
think
filled with
in,
PBGBs.
yeah. I
Like
think in
caper?
10
What's wrong with
years,
this caper to dance or leap
Zach.
merrily? What?
Shush. I think in 10 years, Paco's going to make Gope a thing.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
I'm
calling,
really
it, I'm calling it right now.
I'm gonna tweet it now, right now.
Tweet it and then put it in GPT too, so that
Yep.
we can start training people on
Oh my
Gope.
Yep. I agree with you. Let's do this. Let's do this right now. Let's make it happen. So I am with my friends. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Keep going.
I like some of these are good. Pigeon livered, lacking courage or spirit.
Yeah, that was the other one I was going to mention. It's funny.
I like the bull-footed.
Caper.
That's what I am actually.
Caper.
Very
Which
clumsy.
one?
Bull-footed.
Caper. Oh, bull-footed.
Full-footed. Mammering. I like that too. Hesitating, being in doubt or indecision. You're just mammering. Why are you mammering on right now?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Mewling. Mewling to cry weakly, especially like a baby. This one's fun. I'm not going to say what it means, but like grope for trout in a peculiar river. Like that's the phrase. It's like what? Use that sentence. It's so ridiculous. Oh my God. Yeah, some of these are funny. I like that. I'm glad you did that. What mission is Paco on right now?
I am tweeting. I'm
Gope.
tweeting the creation of Gope.
The creation of Gope. Where
Gossip
does that
plus Gope. Gope. This is
I
Gope.
love it. This is
Oh
dope.
my God.
That'll take me forever, so I'll finish.
This was fun. Today was fun. We needed it. And if you were watching that thing yesterday and you're an actual like fight fan, watch the fights tonight. There'll be actual fights tonight. Stipe Miocic is fighting John Jones. The co-main event, Michael Chandler, Charles Oliveira. That will be an absolute barn burner. And there's some other incredible fights on that one. So I would do that instead. I would do that to make up for it. But anybody have any last? I'm gonna say last. Anybody have any last words? Anybody have any last sentiments before we say goodbye to everybody on this beautiful Saturday morning?
Zach, I do. What do you think of McGregor running for president in Ireland?
In Ireland? What do I think of McGregor? Okay. Okay. What I think about that, I think that he'll have a really good team around him. I know I have a little bit of insight into who he has around him from a business and political standpoint in Ireland. I think that it would be pretty similar to like I don't want to say like Trump, because Trump has more experience like running businesses and like he has a little bit more of that experience than McGregor does, but it would be like the Ireland version of it, actually. He has a really good team around him. I don't know how their like political structure. I don't know much about it, but he has a good team around him, and he'd be able to, if done properly, it would go one or two directions. He's a very good talker. He could rally, the country, and then they could vote for him just based on the amount of money and the amount of opportunity he's brought back to Ireland from his like the Proper 12 and Forged and some of his other companies. I could see him getting some votes. How he would do if he gets elected, it would go one or two ways. He would either like start a revolution, or he could do some good. But I don't see him really getting. I don't think I see him getting elected necessarily. But again, he has a really good. He's good at getting the right people around him. So you never know. You never know. That he wouldn't get in the octagon again if he got elected. I could tell you that much.
My final thoughts is that this has been absolutely ducky. I appreciate you all. Happy Saturday.
We're gonna bring that back. You heard it here first, everybody. And we're going to like Chantal. She crushed it. You and her tied. We're gonna get some shop floor coffee sent over to her. Paco, there's Cage. That's our Doberman entering the chat. So that's our cue to go feed him. But I really appreciate everybody for being here. I hope that this let off a little bit of steam. This is a little bit less serious, and we had some fun hearing some funny words and phrases that came out of the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and in ancient Greece, which is not that wasn't a sentence I think I'd ever have to say. But I really appreciate everybody. Let's absolutely crush it this week. Go join the community. We had our very first mastermind yesterday. It was incredible. It was so much fun. Everybody got a lot out of it, and you get so much more of that community. You get sneak peeks into upcoming challenges. You get deals on upcoming challenges. You get the mastermind, the Q&A mastermind, and you get to network with some amazing business owners that are going through very similar things that you are, so we can all find that success together. But until next time, everybody, keep chasing your next summit.
Thank you.